Namaste and welcome to Pramanic Astrology channel. I'm your host Prasad Mahazani. Help you raise your vibrations and become your true self with the help of Vedic Astrology. In this stream, we are going to talk about Mars into the sign of Scorpio and what are the effects of Mars into the sign of Scorpio. We are also going to talk about your questions if you have any. Okay, so please comment if you are able to hear me properly. Okay, let's get started with Mars in Scorpio. Yes, Mars into the sign of Scorpio. Mars, before we talk about Mars into the sign of Scorpio, what is the sign of Scorpio? Any sign, when we talk about planets through signs, we judge sign on the basis of the rulership, on the mode of operation, element, and its relationship with the Aries sign in natural horoscope. Okay, so these are few of the criterias which we use to analyze the sign. So let's talk about the Scorpio sign first. Scorpio is the sign ruled by Mars. Scorpio is a water element sign. Okay, so when a sign is ruled by Mars, it has all the qualities of Mars. Mars is aggressive. Mars is the planet which represents blood, which is all about the Mars is energy, and wherever Mars goes into your chart, it energizes those houses. If and whichever houses it goes in, it energizes those houses. So just check your horoscope and see where, if you have Mars into the sign of Scorpio. Okay, so rulership, mostly the sign of Scorpio is influenced by Mars itself. Next is Mars is a water element sign. Water element signs are the signs which are emotional and to some extent intuitive. And they have the understanding about the emotions. Wherever you have, if you have more and more planets into the 4, 8, or 12 signs, these are the water element signs. And it makes, uh, it gives you potential to understand the feelings more than anything else. Okay, now let us talk about the Mars into the sign of Scorpio. When Mars goes into the sign of Scorpio, he feels at home. He likes to be into the sign of Scorpio or into the sign of Aries, because both of them are there. It's his home. He is into his own house, so he loves that. Now here Saturn can give you strong emotions. Why? The planet of intensity, the planet of energy and competition, passion is coming into the sign which is intense and even more deep and emotional. So these people tend to have strong emotions, have strong opinions, and these people follow their opinions energetically. Okay, and they are to some extent adamant about their own views, but these people are extremely confident about what they feel and why they feel. Mars gives them clarity to the otherwise intense emotional and uh, and the secretive sign of Scorpio. Okay. But of Mars is not the planet of relationships. Mars is an independent planet, and Scorpio is the sign, the eighth house sign, which is about the strong emotions for others. Okay, now let's look at some of your questions and then we'll move on with some other significations of Mars into the sign of Scorpio. If you're getting value from this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Mars in Scorpio in third house, what are its effects? Yes, third house is the house of your self effort and siblings, and Mars is the karaka of the siblings. Okay, Mars is the significator of land as well as siblings. Just like we see the Venus for relationship, we have to see the Mars, its condition, dignity, aspects, conjunction, exchange, all that for the well-being of our siblings. Yes. So in the third house, it will make you courageous and will make you, um, it will make you work and thrive towards your passion, because third house is the house of self effort as well as the direction. It is also the house of intellect and your heart. Next is good morning. Yes, good morning. Uh, Invincible Kirdat. I have Scorpio, Mars in third house, but at 0.5 degrees plus combust. Usually, combust planets, if you have any combust planets, let me see if I have the combust planets. Okay, you can go to my playlist and see the combustion of the planet. We have made a separate video on combustion of the planet. But when you have any planet combust, those planets won't work for that Varga chart usually. But combustion has to be checked with degrees. There are different specified degrees for each planet. I have mentioned that in my video as well. But Mars is unique. Mars and Sun are friend. So I have observed that Mars loves to be close to Sun more than any other planet. Okay, so we'll talk about that in some other videos, maybe a dedicated video just for that combustion of uh, Sun and Mars. Next is AKB. Sir, I can hear you. Yes, thank you. Invincible Kirdat. Aspect on 9. Why they said after age Bhagya will rise? It is not a one line answer that you why 28. Each house has activation, each planet has activation and maturation. So there are so many important dates, there are so many planets, right? And those are important. 28, it's not 28. You can have an important transit maybe at 35, maybe at 22, right? So it's not always the case that 28 is the important age. SB, when is Mars exalted and when is debilitated? I have it in my fifth house, Leo, Lagna conjunct with Venus. Mars gets exalted into the sign of Capricorn and Mars gets debilitated into the sign of Cancer. Vishwanath, Mithun Lagna, Mars in Leo. We talked about it, the third house Mars. It gives you can Mars Scorpio people manifest easily? No, it doesn't. You know, this information is not enough. If you have right dasha with the powerful planets activated in your chart, you will manifest. And if there is an involvement of the 10th house, and if dasha is coming, that planet is involved into the 10th house, the 10th lord is involved, I mean 10th lord is involved into the yogas, and dasha is coming, most definitely you will manifest. AKB Mars in Scorpio in 10th house with Rahu. Amazing. 10th house Rahu and 10th house Mars gives you an ability to create your own world. Lotus flower. What does it mean when Mars and Rahu conjunct happens in the 4th house? Lotus flower, we have made a separate video on this. You can go and watch that video. But if I have to tell you as a one liner, focus on your emotions. Focus on being yourself, doing nothing. Don't try to do something. Try to feel, and you will be on your way to greatness. Maria, hello from Indonesia. Mars in 8th here. Maria ji, is Mars is into the Scorpio? Please share. Hello everybody. Mars in Scorpio with Saturn and Moon in the 4th, Leo ascendant. Yes. When you have Mars into the 4th house is about emotions, and Mars is not an emotional planet. In fact, Mars doesn't feel comfortable when it is emotional or into the emotional houses. Mars likes to be into the 6th house, into the 10th house, into the 3rd house, into the 11th house, first house to some extent. Mars loves it to be in here, but not into the 4th house or any other emotional houses. The Cancer in Punarvasu, there is too much to consider. We are not going to do it here. Do you have any question around Scorpio Mars? Please share. Shivika Senanayake, can you talk about Mars in Scorpio in Jeshta Nakshatra? Okay. And is that a full Ruchaka yoga with Saturn and Moon in Scorpio with Mars for Leo ascendant? Yes, Ruchak yoga happens when you have Mars placed into the Kendra, the 1, 4, 7, 10, the diamond houses, in its own sign or the sign of exaltation, which are its own sign, Aries or Scorpio. An exaltation sign is the sign of Capricorn. Okay, you have Mars into the 4th house, into the sign of Scorpio. So yes, you have a Ruchak yoga. And the quality of the Ruchak yoga will depend upon the aspects on this Mars, and how exactly this Mars is placed in, and the condition and dignity of the Mars. Okay, but technically, yes, it is a Ruchak yoga. Anushka Tyagi, I am having Mars in the sign of Gemini, and then Mars is in 5th house sign Aries in Navamsha. Then what will be the result overall? We are not discussing it today. Guys, if you're getting value from this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Percival 108. A few words on Mars with Ketu in the 9th house, please. Is this Ketu is in uh, Scorpio along with Mars. Okay. When you have Mars conjunct with nodes, you have to look for the Lord of the nodes. You will often hear that nodes like Rahu and Ketu will give results as per their lords. That's what it is important to know the lords, right? And one important part to uh, look out for is where are these lord conjunct. Sometimes the lord of the Rahu conjunct with Ketu, or the lord of the Ketu conjunct Rahu, then it changes the scenario as well. Lakshya Saxena. Lakshya Saxena, why are you putting so many comments? Don't put so many comments. Just put once. Lakshya Saxena. Mars is in Leo in 7th house. Rashi Parivartan with Sun in 8th Rashi in 10th house. Yes, it's a good sign. Whenever you have exchange of planets, those two houses gets the strength. Maria, no, sir, Mars is in Sagittarius. Only house is it. No, we are not talking about that. You can go and watch my 8th house Mars video. Mars is in the 8th house. Okay. Mars is in the 8th house of Pisces ascendant Leo. For Pisces ascendant, Mars into the 8th house goes into the sign of Libra, not the Leo. Nikhil B, my Mars is Virgo Karaka. Okay. Neela Perez. Okay. What happens if Mars conjunct Moon in the 5th house Scorpio? Mars conjunct Moon is a very special yoga. Okay. We will talk about it in a separate video. It is uh, Mars gets debilitated into the sign of Moon, right? Mars gets debilitated into the emotional sign of Moon. But the Mars conjunct with uh, Mars conjunct with Moon is a great combination for wealth. I'll just give you one secret. Okay. AKB Mars. Guys, if you're getting value from this video, please hit the like button. And do you like the do you see the change in the quality of the stream? Do you see any change in the quality of the stream? Please share your feedback. Yes. Sumojit Karmkar. Moon Scorpio is debilitated. Yes. Maria, yes, clearer seen. Yes. Snehal Datta, my Mars is with Ketu in Scorpio sign. Yes, we talked about Mars in Mars Ketu conjunction. How many of you want me to, do a series on planets conjunct with the nodes? Please put the please put please put that into the comment section as nodes conjunct. I would like to know how many of you feel that is worth nodes conjunct. Yes, please type in nodes conjunct into this stream. And when I will take a poll into the community tab, please share your opinion. Your opinion matters to me. Your opinion guides my content. Okay. So, yes, nodes conjunction. Venkat Reddy. No, no, no. Yes, would love to learn them too. Yes. Okay. So, one more question I have. Somebody was asking about Jyeshtha Nakshatra. Somebody was asking about Jyeshtha Nakshatra. Yes. Yes, the second pada of the Jyeshtha Nakshatra is important for Mars because here Mars gets exalted. So I forget the name. Somebody was asking about Mars into the Jyeshtha Nakshatra. I forget the padas. Yes, in Western, I'm Scorpio. Rhine Day. Hey, welcome. Yes, thank you. Rhine Day. In Western, I'm Scorpio, but in Eastern, I'm Libra. I'm confused now. Any suggestions? Yes, it always happens because of the degrees and Ainamsha. You just check the degrees of the uh, sign and see if it real, and if you feel that you are to some other lagna, like you feel like you're more like a Libra, but still check the degrees and see if you have the same planet as the Libra or the Scorpio. Don't just go for what you feel. Okay, just connect with somebody, or you can ping me on Instagram. I will look into that. Okay. And Ryan, thank you for supporting my channel by becoming a member. I'm super grateful for your love and support. I totally appreciate that. Just ping me on Instagram at Pramanic Astrology. We will discuss about it. Or maybe in this month's live stream, we can have this topic. Just put that into the uh, community tab. I have already shared the poll for the members. You can go and put your suggestions there. We'll most definitely consider having this as a topic for this month's live stream, and we'll discuss this at length. Okay, Venkat Reddy, you said no, right? I don't remember. Mars in Jeshta. Okay. Hamid Iqbal, Mars and Moon conjunct in 8th house of Sagittarius ascendant. Yes, so it becomes 8th house, 8th lord into the 8th house conjunct with the Mars. So yes, Nisarga Bhatt, Mars Moon conjunction. Yes, Mars Moon conjunction is a good combination. Okay, though Mars gets debilitated into the Moon house, association of Mars with the Moon is important. Always remember, this is one of the positive signs. Though Mars is malefic, though it gets debilitated into the sign of Mars, when we judge yogas, the association of Mars and Moon is a positive sign. When we are judging any wealth yogas or any strength of the planet for financial success, these two planets are important. By the way, Ryan have you got the answer? If you have any question, please share your question here. I will answer your query right here. Okay. Regarding the Western, you are Scorpio, and in sidereal, you are Libra. Please don't hesitate to share your question. Okay. Next. AKB notes conjunct. Yes, thank you for sharing. Roshni D'Souza, which one is right one for prediction, Western or Vedic? I think we have already made a video on this. There is no right or wrong, because at the end of the day we are looking at the same sky. Okay, so it is about the astrologer, which system he feels comfortable and read and is able to get the results, the best results. Okay, there are many people who will use the sidereal zodiac signs or the tropical zodiac signs. We are at the beginning of our Vedic journey. Okay, we are just taking baby steps. So don't get into that uh, controversy of sidereal or tropical. If you're tropical and if you want to see if it resonates with you and see technically the Ainamsha, that's what you have to do. Okay, and when we will go into the depth of nakshatra, you will have even more uh, things to look out for. Okay, but don't be in a hurry to get in there. We are far from it. Just stick to the basics, and we will learn more about Vedic astrology. Okay, so there is no good or bad in Vedic or sidereal. Even and if you look at the Surya Siddhanta talks about the tropical signs. You will be surprised to know. Okay, so don't think that tropical signs are bad and sidereal is good, or sidereal is bad and tropical is good. It totally depends upon the astrologer and how he's getting results. Okay, I think it has helped you. Guys, if you're getting value from this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Okay. Mars in Bharni Nakshatra. Bharni is in Aries. We are in Scorpio. Subramanyam Karupar. Ketu Mars in Anuradha. Yes. Anuradha is nakshatra of friendship and is ruled by Saturn. Okay. But yes, Mars is not the planet of friendship and cooperation. So in a way, Mars doesn't bring any uh, energy or value with respect to the relationships for Anuradha. Mars is at its best when it is into the Jyeshtha nakshatra in the second pada, where it gets exalted. Mars, okay, Rhine Day, yes, Mars Pluto in the eighth, Lord of the fourth house. Anything special about this placement? Thanks. To be frank, I don't know about the Pluto. Okay, I don't have any knowledge on how Pluto works. Like, I have read some articles, but I don't have any authentic information or knowledge on Pluto. So My apologies, I won't be able to help you with Pluto. But when it comes to Mars, eighth house is the house which is 11th to the 10th. So your Mars is 11th to your profession and is aspecting the 11th house with your fourth aspect. Okay. Eighth house is also the house of ups and downs, birth and rebirth, transformation. It One of the special things I would say about the eighth house Mars is you have to be very reasonable when it comes to adventure. Okay, this Mars will make you go on adventure. Okay, but you have to be very careful with not to overindulge into adventurous sports after certain extent. Okay, Ryan Day, did that help you? Please share your thoughts. Okay. Harsha KS, debilitated moon with Rahu in Scorpio in Leo ascendant with Yogakaraka Kunja in the ascendant. Yes, it's great. Sarat Kumar, Mars in Jyeshtha Nakshatra, conjunct with Sun and Rahu for Aries ascendant. Yes. So Mars is in 11th house or 10th house. Sarat Kumar, can you please share? Samir Joshi, Scorpio ascendant Mars in ninth house. Debilitated, please. Okay, we are talking about Mars in Scorpio. But when you have Mars into the ninth house, it also aspects the 12th house, third house, and the fourth house. And ninth and 12th are both the houses of travel. So it can bring in the travel. So check the dashas as well for ninth lord. Victoria Victoria Baba Janian. I I hope I have pronounced it right. Victoria, yes. Vivek, please make a video on degrees in Kundali and their importance. Yes. Vivek ji, we have already made some, we have tapped into it. Go and watch the Dara Karaka video. Let me see if I can get the Dara Karaka video wherein we have talked about this at the end of the session. I suppose we have talked about the degrees, but yes, degrees are very important. Degrees are very important. Okay. Okay, next is Tiger Fist 1126. In my opinion, Vedic astrologers are a lot more intelligent than once you start learning Vedic astrology. Okay, Snehal Datta, Mars in Scorpio. Which one is okay, Rare Vision? Namaste. Sarat Kumar, Mars in 8th house, Jyeshtha Nakshatra, conjunct with Sun. Yes, we talked about this. Cat is, I agree, Vedic astrology is a science. Sumojit Karamkar, Scorpio ninth. What happened? Luckily, second house Mars in Aries. Is Mars in ninth house generally good? Kath, usually planets in your trine tend to give good results. Okay, like planets in your ninth, planets in your fifth house, first house becomes important. Okay, and also the 11th house. Rare vision. Sixth Lord Mars in 11th house, own house. A rare vision. When sixth Lord goes into the 11th house, it is one of the unique position for that Mars or for that any planet. Sixth house is the house of obstacles. Sixth house is the house of uh, debates, disease, argument, and one of the Upachaya house. But 11th house is sixth to the sixth. So 11th house is the obstacle to the obstacle. That's why it is the house of gains. When the sixth lord goes into the 11th house, it it sixth lord goes into the 11th house, it brings in gains even from the enemies. Okay, so I think this is one of the best positions for the sixth lord, rare vision. Okay, but if it is Mars, you have to be careful because Mars is aspecting the second house of your finances and the sixth house of your dates. So here it can make you a spendthrift. You have to be careful with this. Samir Joshi ji, thank you. Thanks. Kath, I have Jupiter in Jeshta, very powerful nakshatra. Yes, indeed. Jeshta, Chitra, there are so many beautiful nakshatras. Amira Arora, Moon in Scorpio, Anuradha Nakshatra, Pada 4 insight. Yes. When it is into the fourth Pada of the Anuradha Nakshatra, it goes into the fourth Pada of the Anuradha Nakshatra. Fourth Pada of the Anuradha Nakshatra is what? Is Scorpio. So it is a Virgottam Navamsha. So even though it is a debilitated moon, it will give a result of it will give you good results with whatever moon signifies in your chart, because moon is debilitated in D1 as well as in D9. Dr. Vikas Pada, Scorpio Mars, Anuradha Nakshatra, in third house, 15 degrees, in conjunction with Sun, in third house of Virgo Ascendant. Amazing. Kath, does Mars rule Chitra Nakshatra? Planets usually don't rule the nakshatra. Okay, we have to use the word they rule. They have that usually it is like a, it is not right, it would not be appropriate or right to say Chitra is ruled by Mars or Vishaka is ruled by Jupiter. We have to use it for the sake of language, but their association with the planet is only up to the dasha, because dashas are uh, derived from these nakshatra. Okay, so yes, but yes, these planets are the messengers, I would say, emissary. Okay, so call it as a planets which are messengers for this, like Mars is the messenger for Chitra. Neela Pains, Neela Pains, 10th lord in 5th house. I think we have made a separate video on 10th lord. Let me see if I can get that video here. 10th lord. Yes. 10th Lord video. Sumojit Karamkar, 11th Lord goes to the second house. We have made a video on 11th Lord. You can go and check that. Let me see if I can pull it here. You can go and check the 11th Lord video if you have made that. Okay. Sweet P Love. Hi, sir. Is there anything to watch out for with Mars, Mercury, and Sun in Scorpio, Virgo Ascendant? Also, how does it affect depending on which it's in? You must be asking. Okay. Mars in the third house loves to be into the third house. Like for Virgo Ascendant, Mars in the third house is great. And when it is conjunct with the when it is conjunct with Sun, now what you have to do is check the lordship. Now it's the conjunction of the 12th lord with the 8th lord into the third house. All these three houses have their own significations. Just see what's happening in third is 8th from the 8th, and now you have 8th lord and 12th lord conjunct in the third house in its own sign. So just put in all these points to uh, get the interpretation. Next is thank you for all the videos. I'm learning so much. Thank you. Sarat Kumar, Mars in the 8th house, Scorpio, Jeshta, conjunct with Sun and Rahu. Is it good? Yes, we discussed that. Cancer ascendant, Mars in the 5th house. Yes, in Scorpio. Sagar Joshi ji, Gemini ascendant, Mars conjunct with Mercury and Venus in 11th house, Jupiter retro in Scorpio in Digdarashi. Dagdarashi, yes. Okay. So when you have three planets conjunct, check the degrees of the planets. See which planets are close. See the sequence. Check the lordship. 11th house is the house of Upachaya house. Any planet is welcome into the 10th and 11th house, even if it is a 12th house, even if it is an 8th house. Okay, so I see this is as a good placement to have. Can you send the fifth lord link? SB. The fifth lord video is only for the members. Fourth house lord through houses and the fifth lord through houses is only for the members. Okay, you can join in and you will get the access to watch that video. Those are wonderful videos. Amira Arora, Rahu can be a Atmakaraka. Seventh lord, what I have learned is uh, I use the seventh karaka system, not the eighth. Okay, so I don't consider Rahu and Ketu for the uh, charakarakas. Seventh lord Mars in second house. We have already talked about the lordships. Virgo ascendant Mars in the third house. So many people having. Have you guys observed? we have so many people with the Virgo ascendant and Mars into the third house. How many of you have Mars into the third house in the sign of Scorpio? Just put in yes. I want to see how many people have that Mars into the. I do. See, I do. I saw at least 4 to 5 friends having Mars into the Scorpio, into the third house, surprisingly. Only two? Okay. I can see one more. Soumya D. Virgo ascendant, Mars and Saturn in the third house. Okay. Anjali Sharma. Anjali Sharma. Cancer ascendant, Mars in fifth house, Scorpio. Cancer ascendant, Mars. Yes. What is your question? Arun Bhaumik. We know Ba, Shani Bat Rahu Kunjabat Ketu. So if Ketu is good in Scorpio with Mars, receiving good aspect from Jupiter, so can be a doctor or surgeon? No, need not be. Okay, Ketu is more of a alternate healings. Okay, and nakshatras play important role in this. And yes, Cat, I have Virgo Mars, Virgo Moon, and Mars 12th house from Moon. Pierce Sinha, Mars in Scorpio 11th house, Navam Shah. No, we are talking about the D1 here. Mudita Raj, Aries ascendant, Mars Ketu in the 8th house, Scorpio. Yes, that's what Arun was talking about. Mudita Raji, do you have any uh, have profession related with healing? Please share with us if you can. Sagar Joshi as 7th Lord and 10th Lord, Jupiter retro in 6th house will favor good Dasha, especially if it's in the Dagda Rashi. Please put some light to this. As they say, Kendra Deepati Dosha. So please, yes, there are almost 20, more than 20 rules for the uh, rulership for malefic and benefic. Okay, we all know that. Like, you go and watch the videos about the conjunction and the ascendants, wherein we have looked for each and every house and their lords. Okay, so Sagar Joshi ji, when you have this Jupiter ruling the Kendra Tipati Dosh is usually when a malefic planet rules the Kendra, it is considered as good. I said it should rule the Kendra, not should be in the Kendra. Okay, and there are many more rules to it, but let's consider a basic rule that if your Kendra houses are ruled by malefic, more and more malefic, you will have uh, those are good planets for you. Okay, when it is ruling the 7th and the 10th, I think you must be Gemini ascendant. Then whenever you have a uh, planet ruling Kendra other than the Lagna, then it becomes that Kendradipati dosha. Because now both of these houses are ruled by the benefic. Okay, and the first house, what happens when Jupiter rules the first house and the 10th house, or the first house and the first house and the fourth house? What happens here is now Jupiter is ruling the first house and the fourth house. Both are Kendra houses, but there is something more to it. First house, as we know, is Not only a Kendra house, but it is also one of the trinal house 159. So it kind of nullifies that dosha, or there is no dosha as such when it is ruling the first house. Okay, there are many more rules to almost 20, I would say. So you can go and watch that. Check the chapter of Yoga Karaka planet in Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra. You will get the rules regarding this malefic and benefic. Muditraj. Mudita Raj. No, I'm not, but I love astrology. I'm not in a healing. Okay, yes. Kath, do you offer readings on best career for a chart? Usually, when I do reading, sometimes I get it right, sometimes I fail miserably. Okay, I don't get it because there are so many professions which I don't know, which I have no idea about, and sometimes I fail. Okay, but yes, in in-depth analysis we look for the lord through the vargas as well, and that gives some, that shows some light as well. Sometimes what we love may not be what we are good at. Okay, and the success of that career is also important. Okay, the Taurus ascendant. Now what is that? Yes, Sumojit Karamkar, Mars, Jupiter, yes, Taurus ascendant. Anjali Sharma, please put some light on this Cancer ascendant, boy horoscope, Mars in fifth, Scorpio will be will benefit, helpful for office work. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't get your question. Like Soumya D, Virgo ascendant, Mars in the Saturn in the third house. We have one more friend with Saturn in the third, Mars in the third in Virgo ascendant. I missed your first part. I missed your first part. Virgo ascendant, Mars and Saturn in the third house. Yes. Even is it good? Yes, Mars in Scorpio in third house is good for your siblings and your for your courage and your efforts. Your determined efforts can be seen with that. Arun Bhaumik, I don't have this, but want to know if Mars Atmakaraka and it's debilitated with Jupiter and Sun and Leo. This is a question for a reading, not a comment. Like there are so many things that are happening, but as a rule, if you have an Atmakaraka, first thing you have to do is check its condition into the D9 chart. That becomes the Karakamsha Lagna. Okay, check the condition of your Atmakaraka or Amatyakaraka in D10 chart. Okay, see the nakshatra of the Atmakaraka. What's happening in with him? Which planet is it? You have to note down these questions and then you can go ahead with that. There is no one line answer to it. Sumojit Karamkar, 8th, 6th, 7th, and 4th Lord conjunction. First house, Pisces ascendant. 8th, 6th, 7th, 4th Lord conjunct into. What are those planets? Vishal Shah. Guys, if you're getting value from this video, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you want more exclusive content or live streams wherein we will talk about astrology, join my membership program. It is a program wherein you will be charged monthly fee, a small fee. A part of it, YouTube keep it for itself, and part of it, like, will give it to me, and which will help me to keep creating content. Okay, but free content will keep on coming. If you want to support my channel financially, go and check the memberships, and we'll see you on the other side. Sumojit Karamkar, 8th Venus, 6th and 7th Mercury, 4th Lord Mercury conjunct first house. So it's Venus, Sun, and Mercury, right? So Venus and Mercury is a great combination to have into the first house, even better. I love the Venus Mercury conjunction because it is, see, Mercury is the youthful energy. His energy wherein mm, it's all about the youthfulness, cheerful, and witty energy conjunct with your relationship planet. Amazing. And in your house of your personality, even better. Debilitated Mars with Jupiter. We don't have video for uh, Jupiter conjunct Mars. We'll create a conjunction. We have just started with uh, conjunction videos and yoga videos. Like we have Buddhaditya Yoga, which is Mercury Sun conjunction, and we have Gajakesari Yoga, which is Moon and Jupiter conjunction. So yes, Arun, we will cover Jupiter Mars conjunction as well. Guys, if you're getting value from this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Did I miss any question? Ram Mohanji, our Prime Minister Modi ji has Scorpio Mars in Ruchak Yoga. Okay, I did not know that. Thanks for sharing. Please consider mine. Can you put your question again? I missed that question, Vilasi. Make video on Jupiter, Mars, Saturn. That would be a 3-planet conjunction. Okay, we are starting with the 2-planet conjunctions. Okay, so yes, this was Mars into the sign of Scorpio. As much as I could hold grasp and share with you guys, I think we have a question. Mars, Mercury, Jupiter in 11th house for Scorpio ascendant. We are talking about Mars in Scorpio. Soumya D, please answer mine. I talked about it, right? Sun, Mercury, and Venus in the first house. Soumya D, we talked about it. Atmakaraka, Scorpio, Mars Atmakaraka in Scorpio with Saturn. Career, I don't know. Soumya D, I don't have answer to it. Okay. Any final questions? I'm just about to close the. Okay, so yes, this was Mars into the sign of Scorpio. As much as I could hold grasp and share with you guys, sending you tons of positive energy, sending you high vibrations, praying for your highest good and greatest growth. I say this, and so it is. See you in the next videos, live stream, members only videos, and all that stuff. Namaste.